What's good, everybody? It's Kaige-O Gaming, and we're back with some more content. What did you expect? We're back with some settlement survival. Last time we left off, we handled two beasts with our new spear formation here. While we're looking at them, let's go ahead and get them ready to defend against this bandit raid coming, which should arrive in about 2.5 months. We reorganized some of our town. We're trying to stabilize our food again now that we have so many colonists. Getting another cemetery down. Did some trading. We're gonna need 5 more reservists in order to build another formation. I did some testing before this episode, and if you disband this unit, they're just gone. They go back as laborers. Seeing that we still have 6 of them left, and not enough reservists to build up a second formation, we're gonna hold on to these guys. Organization wise, still want to make some changes to our settlement and the way it looks. Probably end up moving this pasture over eventually. Maybe putting a 3rd farm over here. Probably stick with warehouses in the center. I kind of want to move this up though, because there's quite a bit of spacing here that I don't really want. I don't want the spacing there. We can go ahead and demolish this. It's full. We're building another one. Iron is absolutely skyrocketing. That could be a second thing that we traded. But I don't want to send out all of our laborers at this moment. Paper is going. We should start using paper at the school so they can graduate with this trait. And then we should be using paper in all of our, not this one, all of our research institutes, which should help us level up faster and get more tech points. We do finally have proficiency in mining, construction, and livability, so you can see the bonuses here. Not too bad. That plus 10% durability is pretty nice for when we get raided by the bandits. I'm not sure which direction they're going to attack from, either the left or the right of the mountain. So we'll make sure that once we're about a month away, we'll get some people in here. Probably put 2 in each, just in case we run into any issues. It'd be nice to get some gathering going, but again, we don't want to occupy our laborers before having them go into the watchtower. We might lose some people to hunger here. We are starting to harvest our pumpkins, which is good. Oats as well, so maybe we'll do it just in time. But the food situation is a bit concerning. So we'll keep an eye on our little log over here. Getting some people to graduate. We have 30 people in school, 30 students, 53 kiddos. Might have to think about building a 3rd school here soon, which won't be a big deal. We'll just put it in this area so that way the children who grow up in these houses have a shorter walk to school. Not quite a month away. Let's go ahead and 10 times speed it, see what happens here. We're in the middle of a harvest, so I'm hoping that our people can eat in time. Then we have a potential natural disaster, more immigrants, and an animal plague. Alright, it's getting pretty close to time. Let's get some workers in here. Make sure we're prepared for this bandit raid. We have a traveling merchant. 50 water for 59. Or 510 for 645. We don't want to give up food. We have plenty of water and it's only 50. So we'll make that deal. Only 59 coins, but That pays for a month of 2 watchmen. They're still at Spear Bandits. Invasion is in 2 days. Should be happening now. How many do they have? They have 6 this time. So a 6v6. It looks like they're gonna hug this left side. So let's move our spearmen up. You, my friend, do not look like a spearman. Who is that? Julia? Julia, why do you not look like a spearman? Are you gonna be able to attack? Plus she has attack, defense, and HP. Not a fan of that, though. Alright, archer should be in range. 1 person's resting. Only so much we can do about that. She just like hitting them with an axe. Luckily, they're locked onto our archer tower. So they're not even gonna attack our people. We did take some damage though. Bandits are destroyed. Go ahead and get people out of here. Out of here. Doesn't even look like we had to pay anything for the salaries. And that is the bandit event taken care of. Now on my free time, when I did a run before starting the series, I know for a fact that 1 formation of spearmen is not nearly enough to take out a bandit camp. So we're gonna have to build up a few formations before thinking about that. But we can go ahead and speed up time and potentially see what this natural disaster is gonna be. 19 citizens want new housing. We can barely expand 1 more over here. Let's get 3 more houses. Move people out of these apartments. There's only 8 people left. We should be good to gather plants now. And then just as a reminder to myself, don't put anybody on task when we're about to have a natural disaster, because that's why we lost people to the tornado last time. They were out trying to gather all the way over here, and that's the direction the tornado was heading. Now, if we have a tornado over our colony, I have no idea what we're gonna do. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna hope that after hitting a few buildings, it's gonna die down, since supposedly, after the tornado sucks up some trees, it's supposed to die down. I don't think that happened for us, but that's what it said. I'm pretty sure this gravesite was the same size as this other one, but we can only hold 21 people in it. Where the last one was 24. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe that's not the case, but I don't want to take the storage yard down, but we're gonna need another warehouse somewhere if we're gonna do that. Still like to move this smithy. But again, I want it to be close to the mine and quarry. And close to the forester's hut, because that's kind of everything that it uses. So maybe we will keep the smithy here. I'd like to move this warehouse over eventually. I feel like this area really isn't bad. Over here it gets a little bit messy. I think we're doing okay. We're stocking up on timber very nicely. How are we doing on planks? 138. We have plenty of reed, which means we should be getting paper. 115 in reserve, so our XP output should be going up. We do have 4 points to get here. I'm not worried about the heating right now, just because we haven't really had a freezing problem in a while. Let me go ahead and fix something real quick. Get some of that fuzziness off of the camera. We could start getting stuff for our caravan, but we're not doing that much trading to where I think it'd be that important. We could start going for refined fuel. Can process timber or coal into refined fuel for the use in forge. So if we get the what's it called? Fuel factory. Probably put it over here next to the coal mine. Sadly it can't really fit in this area. We're gonna have to put it like right here. It doesn't seem like we're having a problem with our inventory in our transfer station. So if we go ahead and put more buildings around that, that should be fine. But we are going to have the fuel factory strictly use coal, so they won't really have to move anywhere. And that's about as efficient as you can get with logistics there. Might have cut the camera a little too deep. There we go. There's still a little bit of fuzziness, but that seems better. Winter is just starting and we're low on food. I think this is gonna be the last gathering session we do before the event. Again, we don't want them to get caught out. We need to figure something more out for food. Because what we have going is not working. We only have 2 people in this gatherer's hut. Let's definitely get some more. That should help out at least a little bit. Is there anywhere else that we really need extra workers? How are we doing on sand? We have a bunch of sand. Let's switch this over to clay. And then we'll probably pause this building soon. Unless we start getting glass and brick made. Other workers. Do we want you anywhere? I don't think so. Looks like our water's starting to dwindle a bit. Clothing is full. How are we on textiles? I don't think we're getting quite enough yet to where I'm comfortable consistently making the down jackets. I think I'm gonna hold off on that for a little bit. At another tech point. Happiness and health seem to be doing okay. Not the greatest, but not bad either. We could start getting the kiln factory, which is what'll allow us to make glass and bricks. Melting can make steel from iron, which we know we have plenty of iron. So let's go ahead and wait for this to get built, see what this natural disaster is, and then we'll start looking at like the kiln. Really, just food is the problem, like always. With that being the case too, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get these immigrants. I mean, truthfully, we have plenty of students that are about to graduate for workers and plenty of kiddos about to go to school. So we're not in desperate need of the immigrants again. So we might just let them find a new town rather than ours. I think that would be the best option for us. Because if we get them, I don't know if we have enough to sustain them. And I don't want people to start dying of hunger. Our schools, however, are full. So it's time to start thinking about another one of those. Can't fit it in there. I don't want to put it down here. It is really close to the edge of the map, which is a bit scary. But all of our housing is going to be in this area. So I think that's a decent spot for it. Don't think there's anywhere we really need roads at the moment. Some roads going out to here might be nice. I hope this natural disaster is a false alarm. I don't know if we can really afford another natural disaster, depending on what it is. I'd like to get all these trees chopped down, to be honest. They're just kind of bothering me. There's a bunch right there. Norma graduated. A false alarm, no disaster happened. That's what we like to see. Get our people chopping down those trees. Timber is certainly not a problem anymore for us. Food is. So can we get a second pasture of decent size over here? I have to move the tower. We can afford to do that. We don't have any combat events coming anytime soon, so let's destroy that one. Cemetery still has 18 slots left. We're about to get the school. The weather has changed from bad to harsh. That's not good. I'm assuming that means next time. That should mean next time that we get a natural disaster potential, they're more likely to happen. And they're always based off what the weather is. So that being harsh is not ideal for us. Want the pasture. I don't know how big this one was. I want them even. Is that a 13 by 8 or by 9? I think it's a by 9. Can you see what it is? No. Those buffalo are really loud though. So we'll get this built and then we'll transfer these animals over. Break this down. Okay, that does line up nicely, so we'll be able to fit the farm and make it even. But we definitely need a second farm, and preferably before the next sowing season. Another potential natural disaster. Level of disaster 2. Okay. How do we... Can we improve the weather? Like, can we do something? Or we just gotta let it happen? Getting a Palace of Justice would be nice so we can start doing edicts. Food is the priority though. This should be finished. Let's get a second person in here and max this out at least 500. You are strictly going to use... Honestly, I don't mind you using timber either. Timber's not bad. We have plenty of it. This forester's hut's right here. You don't have to go too far. So I won't complain about that. If we're in desperate need of refined fuel, we'll make it so that they can only use coal. Just because it's a shorter trip. But right now I think it's all good. Give our laborers a bunch of jobs. There's plenty of plants to be gathered. Wait for this to get done. A bunch of kiddos are graduating. We will make you alpacas. We will transfer you to here. 9. And then we'll destroy you. Alright, you can hold up to 10. You as well. So I think we did make them the same size. I mean, honestly, we could maybe just fit a small storage yard here. I just feel like that's not really worth it. We just had one of our spearmen die of old age. I really didn't think about that being a possibility. Now we have 5 spearmen left. Let's go ahead and get at least one more. We'll get 2 more. Reservists. Bandit camp has upgraded to now level 4. Looks like it's still only spear bandits though. But their formations are gonna keep getting bigger and bigger. So we might have to face an 8 stack next time. Another new tech point. Don't think we want anything right now. Still have 10 laborers available, so we have some room to make more reservists. I guess we'll just zoom in on the colony for a bit. There's our forge with the smelting going on. That's pretty cool. Little details. Cool if they made these like mobile, I guess you could say. But like the lava actually running into the bowl, or like this little spin wheel moving. That'd be a cool little addition. This one moves. Let's gather more plants since I believe they're all done. Seems to be that way. Let's pause it for a second and make sure that we get this farm down. Ten by 8. There we go. Crops are just now being planted. I started at the end of March, though. We're gonna be a month behind. Easton, the fertilizer maker, has died of old age. Still have 15 slots left. I think it's about time we start looking at the kiln, though. Both of you guys are resting. What's your problem? Oh, you have tracheitis. Does that mean we need another worker in here? We'll do it. We'll give that guy a break. Let him rest up. Let's go ahead and just get tomatoes, since I believe that's the only crop we don't have besides the flax. Coffee is at 336. That's looking fine. Raylan the transporter died by the spit of alpaca when playing with it. That's a tragic way to go. I didn't realize that that could kill you. Um, can't fit that there. Can fit it here. So let's go ahead and just expand our road just a little bit. We have a decent amount of stone for it. Just to get a little pathway to these buildings. Make it look a bit nicer. Stop these trees from growing in between our buildings. Arnold just graduated. Since we have a bunch of sand, I think we're just going to start with making glass. And then we'll keep swapping back and forth between brick and clay and sand and glass. We are completely full on planks and refined fuel, or domestic fuel. So honestly, we can take a person off there. We'll keep 3 people on fuel though. Just in case. I know we have the coal going, but we never want to run out of fuel. Nine people are hungry. We are out of food, but harvest should be happening soon. %60 area bonus. This storage yard's pretty full. We could increase it. We need bricks to increase the capacity of the warehouses. We're full on shoes. Let's max you out at 350 then. Don't think we're gonna take you guys. I apologize. 15 of them. We're gonna have to refuse you. Did the animal plague hit? It did. Now, what can we do about this? All of our alpacas are contaminated now. I'm not exactly sure what to do about that, only because if you made a separate pasture and transferred them over, how would you separate the infected ones from the non-infected ones? I don't know how that would work. The only thing you could do is build other pastures and like split them in halves to try and minimize how many you lose. They're still catching the plague. Yeah, I don't really know what to do about that. We're very hungry. We should have enough time to get a decent harvest from the tomatoes. I don't think just having the tomatoes in there is going to be enough though for us. It'd be nice to get some new seeds. I mean, we could just transfer all of these to soybeans to maximize our output. I just feel like that's so boring. Who wants to eat only soybeans? No, I don't. Figured I'd give our colonists a variety of food. Ooh, in a state of hunger and with fractures, we lost Jane. Like, should I just destroy this pasture? Did we need them all to die out? I believe last time we went with medicine. Doctors have recently treated many patients with wind, heat, and cold. Seeing that people are vulnerable to wind, cold, in autumn and winter, he suggested to prepare some medicines or clothing. Let's do clothing. That gives us 200 down jackets. Clothing gives us extra happiness, so that'll be helpful. Let's make sure we're still gathering plants. You, my friends, can start making glass. We will limit you at 350. Get a second worker in there. Rudolph, the child, has died of starvation. So the hunger is starting to settle in. Starting to harvest our tomatoes. Soybeans are only halfway done. Let's keep an eye on our crops and make sure that they're getting fully harvested before they just die out. Because that's really important. This one I'm not too worried about. I have a feeling we're going to miss out on some of the harvest just because it started late. If we need to put more workers in these bigger crops, we'll do so. So the harvest doesn't seem to be bad. Looks like we're gonna get this one fully harvested. So I think 2 on those are fine. Yeah, I think two is good. 2 is good. We're not getting any alpacas right now. The woodcutter died of old age. We need to figure out something more for food. Might be worth trying to get a fisher's hut, preferably in a fishing spot, like right here. Don't know if that's gonna be doable at the moment though. Can't fit anything right there. I don't want to move this tower. We could just put it over here though. %63 area. Is that getting too far from the colony though? We'll go right here for now. Alrighty, cut stone is full. We'll give the cut stone a break. We'll keep it at output limit, just so we can stock up on some stone. We're not in desperate need of it, but it'll be nice to have a stockpile of it. Alrighty, we're ending the harvest with about 1,500 food. Make it 1,700. We'll see how we do throughout the winter, I suppose. Tomato farm gave us 880. Don't think it got a full harvest in. But 880 is a help. We'll take it. We're getting more food through here now that we have 2 extra workers. How are we doing on baskets? We have 126. I think we'll be okay if we used 80 to increase their efficiency. I think that's worth it. How are we doing on papers? Our paper production keeping up? It seems to be doing okay. Alright, we will get 4 people in here. Ooh, we are out of laborers. So we'll hold off on that. We need fodder and rope to improve fishing. What can we do over here? Increase worker capacity 2? Should be by 2, yeah? Get 2 more workers, because it's already at 2. Then we can increase capacity. Put baskets here, but we're doing perfectly fine on reed. We're actually getting quite a bit. Might be something we choose to sell. We have our 5 reservists trained up. We need 3 more in order to get another formation. Another potential natural disaster. In about 6 months. We'll see if anything happens. Weather is still harsh, which is scary. We lost Brinley. We need some of our kiddos to graduate, and our schools are full again. We need another one? I guess we'll put this school right here. It shouldn't be in too much range. I think it'll be okay right there. We are going to have to get a worker in there, though. There's somewhere we can take a person off. Probably take someone off iron for a little bit. You are... Oh, our teacher just died. You have tracheitis. Let's get you off. We'll allow you to work at the fishing docks. And then we'll keep this worker for the school. Need our kiddos to graduate. "17 citizens still want new houses. We have 5 people in the apartments. Quite a few injured people. Makes me nervous. They're usually quicker to die due to their injuries. Go ahead and speed things up for a little bit. We'll keep a 3rd person over here on the fishing dock because we need some consistent food throughout the winter. Shieldman died of old age. Houston wants to make another appearance. Alright, Houston, you're digging your claws into me, dude. Stop. Let go. Oh my gosh. Now you're gonna fall. Because you're being silly. This guy. He's extra. Houston, stop sliding off of me. Lay down. Hop a squat. Alrighty. Another shieldman died of old age. We only have 4 people left in this formation. If we could figure out our food situation, we are going through water quick. We're gonna need another reservoir. We do kind of need to expand our housing out towards the river here soon. Maybe we can get a bridge going across and build some housing over here. Maybe get a bridge here. Extra housing here. Apparently we are out of dung. Still haven't grabbed any alpacas. Can we change you to something else? Go with cattle. See if that speeds up the process a bit. We have 2 workers ready to go. Now we have 1. We do have some plants to be gathered. Try and help out with the food situation a bit. Fishing dock. Only getting 52 in a month. I don't believe the fishing dock gives a lot of food, which is a bit of a problem. Feel like they don't have to go too far. Drop stuff off. But we desperately need more water. Not sure why we're using so much all of a sudden. We're up to 220 colonists. Again, we need our kiddos to graduate. So we can get some more workers. But it is definitely getting a little harder to micromanage here. We are getting some glass made. Smelter has died of old age. Maddox just graduated. Once this gets finished, we'll finally start taking people off of our builder's cabin. Actually, we can go ahead and pause this, because we're full on cut stone. Then we'll get 2 people in the reservoir. What upgrades can we get? Oh, we need gears. That's gonna be a while. 2 people in there, and we are officially out of laborers. We found jobs for everybody. Still struggling on the food front. But we do have our first cattle. So that should start growing and help us a little bit with food. Timber, we're at almost 1,500. I mean, we could just keep making planks and then potentially sell those planks. Don't really need to keep holding on to our wood. Do have a potential natural disaster in about 2.5 months. That's when that's gonna tick over. I guess we 10 times speed it for a little while, see how things go. We're about to start our second harvest. We didn't have as big of a problem with food this year, which is good. We still have some food left over when we started sowing. Looks like we're still even getting some. I haven't seen the starvation icon yet. The food is starting to stabilize. It's definitely not where we want it to be. But we'll take it. We'll take it. Kinda tempted to move this trading post and get more farms in this area. Maybe put another compost plant in here. Even though we can't necessarily sustain another compost plant, we'll still at least get the bonuses from it. I feel like that's the most important thing. We're stocking up on refined fuel nicely. Our sand is certainly getting used. Housing upgrades. Doesn't use glass or brick, but we can go for this house upgrade. But that also uses building kits for the luxury houses. Palace of Justice just uses cut stone and planks. School type structures can use paper to increase education efficiency by 100%. The output of text XP increased by 150. Go ahead and get that because that's a passive ability. Unlocks the remodel option in rich courses for school type structures. Number of available textbooks +1. The forge, which we don't have yet, can make gears, which we've seen can be used for quite a few building upgrades. Did we get another false alarm? We did. Okay. I just saw that had passed. Wanted to make sure we weren't getting hit with anything. What do we want to get next? We could do fodder. We have peas and soybeans, but I think we need corn as well. It says corn and, not or. Could be wrong, but is it worth checking out? Maybe. Just don't have the food to sustain it anyways. I think after this harvest, we're gonna switch this tomato crop to soybeans or maybe peas. Since they give us a much greater output. Gravesite is almost full again. We need to build another one. So let's slow things down for a sec. Services, cemetery. It'd be nice to go after that crematorium here soon. We'll just put the cemetery off to the side of the map. Do a 9x12. Speed things back up. Why is that yellow? Is it because the house doesn't have food? Must be. No, because that house doesn't either. Food reserves are low at home. I don't think I've ever seen that icon before. Let's go ahead and gather plants. We are up to 4 laborers again, which is great. So let's put them to work. I don't think we'll do any trading anytime soon. Let's go ahead and demolish that building for now. I'd like to move you up one. Also like to move you. Hunter's cabin, you guys can go over here. And then we'll destroy the old ones. Just kind of reorganize this area so I can get some more farms down. Need to keep up our food production. That's been our biggest struggle. Alright, that cemetery's done. This still has 1 slot left, so we won't destroy it. Water seems to be on the rise again. Where are we gonna put our trading outpost now? We have a traveling merchant. 80 feathers or 530 leather. I don't want to give up half of our leather, so let's just get the 500. We have plenty of feathers to give up. Only asking for 80. Nice little boost. Still no combat events anytime soon, so we'll hold off on our reservists. Trading, trading, trading. I guess we'll put him by our hunter's cabin for now. We'll end up moving these again once we want more pastures, but for now I think that's okay. I think we'll go ahead and get a few more houses down. We'll destroy this hunter's cabin. And this one. Put some more hunters in here. And then we will build another farm. Once that gets destroyed. Food needs to be doing better. Kind of been our main focus this whole episode. Sometimes, it's just what you gotta do. You gotta worry about the basics. We are starting to get some advanced things though. Starting to get our glass going, got our refined fuel. Got some more reservoirs, getting some more farms down. Got our paper going. Getting pretty close to a second formation. This formation's down to half. Getting some more housing going, just because I'm hoping that that boosts the fertility rate. And we'll start having more children. The 61 kiddos are in school, but we only have 27 that aren't. So once all these kiddos graduate, we'll probably have a slight pause again. Alright, that got destroyed. Time for another farm. 10 by 8. Rearrange this orchard some way. Won't worry about it right now. Just trying to get some more farms down. I think research is doing great. I don't think we need to worry about any more research at the moment. We will make you peas. Then we'll see how that does with food. We have about 2k going into the season. We've gotten 560 fish for the year, but compared to the crops, 2,000, and even our smaller crops like tomatoes are 905. So compared to that, it's not a huge bonus for us. But anything is better than nothing. So we will take it. Won't complain too much. This cemetery is finally full. We'll just destroy that in case we want to build more buildings there. We never built a second tower here. With 4 spearmen, makes me a little nervous. So once we see that combat event pop up, we'll instantly start getting some more reservists trained. Just so we can be ready with the formation. Kinda wanna just go through and see what upgrades are available to us. We can go ahead and upgrade this storage yard. Might as well. Might destroy it eventually, but for the time being. Same thing with this one. These are just full off of timber, so I'm not gonna worry about those. This one is also full. Go ahead and get a bunch of upgrades there. Those can only be reinforced. Need steel tools to increase efficiency. With brick, we can improve efficiency here. Same thing with our kiln. In the mine, we need lanterns. Baskets for over here. Reservoirs need the gears. You need books, which we're still a little ways away from those. Hunters, or the forester's hut can only be reinforced. Here we need traps. We're far ways away from that. If we get 20 silk, we can hold 10 more students in the schools, which would be nice. Arrow towers can just get up to 4 people. Too bad. They really need to add walls in this game. Like defensive walls. I don't think that is in the game. We can get bigger watchtowers. But we want walls. I should definitely add that. That would help out the usage of the towers by quite a bit. We only need to get steel before we can start making the big watchtowers. The shield camp itself needs steel as well. Also beer. Supplies can be consumed to provide defense bonuses for army squads. Supplies can be consumed to provide HP bonuses for all army squads. Okay. We're not making any military supplies. Hazel froze to death. We're having people freeze. Don't know which Forester hut Hazel was at. Maybe we should think about getting a road. New livestock. We got geese. We lost alpacas. Interesting. We no longer have alpacas. I didn't know that was a thing either. That had to have been from the plague. There's nothing else that would make sense. Hugo died of old age. We do have 7 laborers. But food is hurting a lot more than it was last year. So let's make sure we're gathering plants. Try not to go too far from the colony so we don't have to worry about freezing. Just kind of let things go. We do have an extra farm of peas, which should help with our food situation. Let's go ahead and 10 times speed it. Only event is a merchant ship. I don't think there's too much else we'll be focusing on at the moment. Kind of tempted to get some more trade going, because we do have a bulk of quite a few resources. But the max number we can send out is 8. There's a 2% risk of death. It's not super high. But I kind of like to keep some laborers around. I think we just let it go for a little bit. We don't ever really check out this side of town. We'll go ahead and sit here. See what the colonists are up to. Victoria graduated from school with an excellent academic record, which means that they should have gotten the upgrade for the textbook. Researchers in the town found that a bug brought by immigrants mainly fed on weeds in the fields, which can increase the yield of crops. They wanted to make use of this bug to boost the field, but they knew little about this species. Let's introduce more books. They gave us 300 books. And books can be used to upgrade some of our buildings. The possibility of gaining additional abilities increases by 20%. Improves the generation efficiency of technology points. I think we're just gonna hold on to our books because we're not in desperate need of XP. I mean, we have 7 tech points. Maybe we'll get into smelting. However, we do have another wave of beasts coming. So let's go ahead and get this to 8. Get ready for our next formation. And how are we doing on refined fuel? We're keeping up pretty well, so I think we're gonna go ahead and get the smelter. That unlocked the Vance Smithy for us. The smelter requires clay. Should have plenty of that. What do you need? Can process iron and refined fuel. Where do we want to put you then? Could put you here. Right next to the iron. Just quite a walk from the fuel. But the fuel should be, yeah, they're getting taken to the center storage. So I think right there's an okay spot for it. Which makes me think that unless they're able to quickly grab from the transfer station, being right here actually doesn't do too much. Yeah, we're gonna have to reorganize again sometime soon. We're not gonna worry about it right now, but let's start getting some steel going. We'll max you out at 350 for now. Glass is at 306, so let's go ahead and start getting brick. And we'll start gathering some more sand. Now we are at the point where we do have plenty of laborers. All our kiddos are graduating from school. So let's get some items sold, shall we? Let's sell 150 iron, which is a majority of our weight. We sell 100 timber. It's gonna be way too much. 50? 20? 50? 50 is perfect. That's only gonna be 1,000 silver for that trip. But 1,000 is quite a bit. That'll get us 5 reservists. And seeing that we're not consistently sending out caravans, I'm okay with that number. Plus, iron takes up a lot of weight in these inventories, same as timber. We have plenty of timber. So there's no reason not to sell that, really. We could go into some tech to increase remodel the caravan to increase its carrying weight. But I believe by remodeling, it's something in here. Maybe not? When the total weight of goods sold in the caravan is less than 80%, the round trip time is reduced. Probably not going to do that. We could start buying insurance. Let's go ahead and do that. Keep in mind that the last time the max weight was 1,000. So we'll see what it is after our next caravan. What the maximum weight will be. Got a beast event happening sometime soon, but our trainees should be ready in time to get another formation to handle that. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. We have 4 years until the next bandit raid. We'll see how the output of our food is after getting the extra farm of peas. It should help out by quite a bit. Hopefully get us at least another 1,500 food for the year. But we're gonna go ahead and end our episode here. Made some good progress. We did lose some spear troops, but we should be getting another set here soon. Got some more farms going, expanded the colony a bit, reorganized some things. Got some new manufacturing going, getting bricks, glass, steel, and refined fuel. Not too bad, not too bad. Getting plenty of wood. Water's doing great now with the second reservoir. But, as always, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, peace out, y'all.